many volunteers, I joined the Peace Corps with a heartfelt desire to simply help. After receiving my assignment to Kyrgyzstan, I spent months imagining what that helping might look like. I imagined myself constructing major buildings, designing sold-out seminars and workshops, organizing communities. My assumptions, of course, were mostly wrong. It turns out that Kyrgyzstan really helped me more than I helped it, and the help I offered was mostly in that kind of day-to-day growth that happens in personal relationships. For 2 years, I lived in a rural dirt road village with a wonderful woman named Gulu Ej and her 85-year-old mother, who I affectionately refer to as Appa. One night, just as the dark had settled in, our cow took off running through the village. "Quick," Gulu said, "give me that flashlight. Our cow escaped." She grabbed the light and some rope and dashed out of our yard. I found myself in this situation a lot around our house. I wanted to help, but I wasn't quite sure what to do. I grew up in a city. I don't know anything about farm animals, but I could never justify just sitting back and watching someone else do all the work. If Gulu AJ needed help, I wanted to pitch in. So with that in mind, I too dashed out the door and down the road. Vaguely in the distance, I heard the sound of hooves and the pitter-patter of human feet. I stepped into the road in front of the school, squinting to see. It was pitch black, with no moon or streetlights. As the noises came closer, I realized the cow was on the same street, headed right for me. "Kach!" Gulu screamed. Kach? I had no idea what this word meant. "Kach, Megan, kach!" she screamed. Because of the rope in her hand, I assumed that the idea was to catch this cow, put the rope around its neck, and somehow pull it back home. But I didn't know how to catch a cow. My brain was racing with ideas. Do I just throw my arms over it? That wouldn't work. Should I chase it in her direction? I was really frustrated with her. She knew I didn't know a thing about cows, and I became more and more frustrated as the cow came closer, and my fear elevated. Time was out, and I needed to act. You just have to try, I told myself. So I flailed my arms and lunged my body left towards the cow. But the cow veered right. So I lunged right, and the cow veered left. The whole time I just bounced around the road with my arms flailing like a lunatic as Gulu screamed, "Kach! Kach! Kach!" Finally, the cow bolted out of the street into a field. Mumbling under her breath, disappointed, she told me to go home. An hour later, the cow trotted into our yard, an exhausted Gulu behind it. I got up to see if I could grab this cow before it darted off again, as Appa yelled, "Kach!" and moved her arms in a motion that made me finally see, in the light of our yard, that Kach in Kyrgyz means get out of the way. I guess sometimes the best help means knowing when to get out of the way.